Mark. Welcome to our showroom here in California. We've got all of our products on displays, all the models. If you're nearby, come in anytime. But we've got something very special, 2 new items for the Model Y that's going to blow our customers away. Check this out. This is our brand new rear cargo bay side refrigerator. This is a complete refrigerator for your Model Y, and it sits completely hidden. Only half of it shows. It's got a light inside, low voltage, any temperature you want, and look at the cargo area or the area we have inside of here for anything you want to store. So you can put in here water, sodas, you can put in cans, it goes way down inside, 2-liter bottles of soda. It holds anything you can imagine. Just look at this. I'm going to show you another one in a second where we got supplies if you're going out on a picnic or something. But all of these are inside, plus more. Set the temperature, turn it on, dial it in. It's awesome. We're very, very proud of it. We've been studying and testing it for months now. It even has a little shelf. If you want to put some vegetables in here or something, or just put some sodas or cans on top so you don't have to put everything down below. It really has a huge capacity for storing cans and anything you want to refrigerate. You may go out to eat, you may want to go to a movie, you may want to put food in here, frozen things from the grocery store. It's very unlimited, and if you can plug this in the back of your Model Y, that's it. Installation is a few screws and a plug, set your temperature, and you're done. Let's take a look here next at what comes in the box. All right, now we're going to give you the overview and some more details. The number one question we get from people in our showroom is how much power is this going to use? So this special compressor, it is a automatic switching compressor between the maximum coldness and an economy coldness. But the bottom line is it uses 0.5 kilowatt hours of electricity a day. We literally have driven around in the car with it on full blast, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't make any difference in range. But some people want to know. We think it's very nominal. So again, if you're charging at home and you're planning a picnic, an outing, maybe you're going tailgating, leave your car plugged in, have the fridge cold, set it to 35 degrees, go to your event, it'll be ice cold. You're on a drive, you're traveling anywhere, same thing. As long as it starts off cold, you use almost no electricity, no measurable amount while you drive. But we're going to give you some more data on that because we've already done some other testing. Anyway, let's look at what's in the box. You get a nice towel for keeping the glossy finish clean on the actual display for the power, as well as the front door. Now, you get a user manual, you get a tool, and you got 6 screws. So if you can install 2 screws here, 4 little ones, you can install this. And everything is included. Anybody can do this. We're gonna shoot that part next. But let's take a look at this. This is the bottom half. This is the insulated half with a rubber seal on it. So this is locked in with a clip, and everything is inside. So this is the top half. This is the upper half. Sorry, this is the bottom half. And you're actually going to install it by doing this. You drop this inside the side, you put this right on top, and all you do is slide it. As soon as you slide it, they're locked together like this. So now I can pick it up, move it around, and the Velcro on the back is going to hold it right in place. So there's no mounting screws, there's no jeopardizing any warranties at all, because you're plugging in only an accessory into the 12-volt power supply or the 10-volt power supply in the back. So that's it. Then all you have to do once you get the bottom in is you have to connect the door. So it will arrive like this, and the door will not be connected. So be careful. If you take this out, don't drop it. And all we're going to do is flip the hinges down and put in 4 screws. So 2 screws connects the top and the bottom, and 4 screws connects the door. Then it closes, it powers up. Every time you get in the car, it beeps, it tells you it's ready. If you want to use it, you'll turn it on. If you want it to run overnight, you'll put it in camping mode, and it'll stay on and keep everything ice cold. Okay, I think that explains everything. Now, we're going to do the simple instructions. You're going to need the 6 screws, and you're going to need the screwdriver. Okay, and again, if you open it up and the door is connected, obviously it won't come off. We have the tray, we have the waters in here, so this is really nice. We also wanted to show people, what if you're going on a picnic? What if you're going to have some pie? What if you're going to have hamburgers, hot dogs, condiments? Bring all your condiments. Never worry about them going bad. They'll stay nice and cold in here. Fill it with drinks, beers, whatever you want. So now we're going to go over and do the full installation. And we also wanted to show everyone that owns a Model Y our newest refrigerator. Now this one is great. This one fits in your trunk. It also fits in your sub trunk, and it can also fit in your front trunk or your frunk. But this is a great refrigerator as well. A little less expensive. So this would work great in the Model X or the Model Y, where you have a 12-volt socket to charge it and fill it in. So that's a little teaser. We're going to get to this one next and explain this and how it installs, but it's very, very simple. Let's get back to the side refrigerator and get it installed in our Model Y. Okay, we're in the Model Y, and this is our new retractable sunshade. That's in stock as well. We'll be getting to that in a minute. But here we are. We've got everything in the trunk, and now we're going to proceed with the installation. Obviously, it goes on the driver's side. The first thing we have to do is take out any floor mats. So remember, be sure to remove the sub-trunk cover temporarily, obviously, and the floor mat. This is going to make it nice and level, so when we put this in here, it's going to fit great. So remember, these are the four products, the four items we're putting together. We're going to put the door on, the fridge upper and lower unit. All right, now this is the back of the refrigerator, and you should have 3 or 4 pieces of male Velcro. The Velcro is going to stick great to the walls inside. We're going to connect the lower and the upper with the screws. So let's get started with the installation. So now we're going to time this, and we think it'll be less than 5 minutes. So the first thing you have to do is make sure that in your side compartment you've got nothing in there. Even the smallest of objects, whether it's for floor mats or anything like that, it definitely will make a difference, and you want it to be nice and level and flush. So let's get started. Okay, ready? Here we go. So again, we're going to drop it in, we're going to slide the top in, and then we're going to use the 2 screws to squeeze the 2 together where it's insulated with the rubber and the silicone seal, and then we're going to put the door on, and that's it. So drop this in. Again, nice padding on the bottom so it doesn't bounce around. It just drops right in. And don't worry about the final position. We're not going to mount it, position it finally until we get the screws together. Then we're going to lift it up and have it secure underneath here really nicely in this whole area. Next thing we want to do is unplug the 10-volt socket. That opens up, and now we grab the unit. So we have this Velcro positioned in these spots, and we want people to be able to secure it in their ideal position. Okay, again, this part is optional, but if you insert the plastic sheet that we're going to supply in the box, this will prevent the Velcro from grabbing too early. We want to be able to connect the upper half and the lower half with the screws before the Velcro engages against the wall in the car. So now we're going to slide it right in and connect it. All right, now, sorry about that. We had a little phone call come in. So after you insert the slip sheet, you'll notice there is some room here. So it can be turned a little horizontal and vertical, whatever you want to call it, left or right. So we're going to include one of these black squeegees. Now we have learned that if you put this in this corner, and when we pull the slip sheet out this way, we're going to get it to engage the Velcro here, which will work the best. So we want it to engage the Velcro on this side so it's as flush as possible once it's seated inside. All right, so now we're going to get started. We're going to reach in, plug in the power cord, and we're going to slip out the sheet, and then we're going to hold it up so the Velcro grabs and it sits perfect, and then we'll decide if we're going to pull out the wedge or not, which is actually a squeegee. Okay, so let's get started. So just put it right up on here, sitting on the side ledge, And don't put this through the paper, obviously put it on the outside. Plug that right in, and now you're gonna have power for the first time. It's gonna do a countdown sequence, and then it's gonna shut off. If it's never been on before, it'll shut off. If it has been on, it's gonna stay on this temperature. And you can't shut it off. There is a warning that's gonna come because the door is off. So anyway, let's proceed, and we're gonna slide it back slowly. Now we're gonna look inside here and show you what we're trying to do. So we're trying to obviously push the cord in so it's out of the way. And at the same time, the base is going straight in like this. When the base goes straight in, it's lining up like this. And when that lines up like that, and it's all flush all the way around, then we're ready to insert the screws, which is going to mount the top to the bottom. So again, this will not work. How we're getting our warning here because the door's off. This will not work. It's not lined up correctly. So we are going to ignore that and screw down the screws to attach the bottom compartment to the top. Okay, and remember, we're trying to not allow the Velcro to grab, but make sure you have enough slack here because we're going to pull it out this way. It's going to fit really nice. Okay, it's already trying to run the condenser, and we'll speed this up here. All right, so if yours is beeping like mine and you want to turn it off, just drop the door here, close it, and now it'll stop. Now I'm going to turn it off. Okay. All right, so the door out of the way. Now, let's shoot a high angle on this for a second. So this is what we mean by fitment. We want the base. We want the base to be as close as possible, to be like this, nice and flush, and that's why we put this wedge down here. And we want the Velcro to grab it. But as soon as we move the slip sheet out, the Velcro is going to grab. So here we go. And again, this is only for people that really want the best fitment possible. We have the Velcro ideas, not them. But here we go. We're going to pull this, and I'm not going to let this go. Slide it right around. Oh, this is the best fitment ever. Look at that. It's grabbing, it's holding up tight. You don't need this wedge anymore because everything is in place. If you notice it wobble or move around, it just means that the Velcro is not grabbing. So pull this out. So now we don't have the wedge. And now it sits really nice and flush. This is really going to be great. Okay, now we're going to insert the door. And you'll notice that it has this nice foam seal around it. And this lines right up with this protruding lip to ensure all of the coldness is just kept inside. So it's a really good design. It really stays nice and cold. So what we recommend now is you flip the hinges down. This is how it will retract when the door is closed. And we're going to put 4 of those screws in there. But you don't want to drop the screws down inside. So take it from us. You're better off to use a piece of tape here because it's no fun fishing the screws out after you get it in an optimal place, position for the fridge. So now, this is what we recommend. Put the screws right in the 4 holes. We'll tighten them about 75% of the way. And then we'll try closing the door and make sure it's a perfect fit. So now right over the top, you see these blocks are gonna go right in. Might be a good time to check the screws on the bottom that we use to join the 2 halves. Make sure they're nice and snug. Okay, now watch, we're gonna go right in and drop it in. So they're sitting there nice and perfect. So turn them a little bit. And again, we mentioned we did a lot of testing on this. They've never loosened up. And now the last 2, tighten them down 90%. And try the door. Perfect. Now I always look at the gaps. Panel gaps are a big topic. And again, the button is here. You push it in all the way and pull. You can do it with one hand, but I like to use two. It's great. It's got a lock on it. It won't open. And now, once you're sure you like the fitment, tighten these 4 screws down, and we are good to go. The last couple of things are real quick, and then we'll get into the actual controlling of it. Make sure you peel your tape off, and you put your cargo bay cover back in, put your floor mats in. Now, sometimes with floor mats, there's clearance issues. These nice diamond ones we have coming out are great. They really are nice and grippy and beautiful, and there's no issue. So you push it in, open it up, comes all the way down. So that's it, it's installed. Now we're gonna get into powering it up, go through the whole manual with you. You turn to page 16, and that's where the table of contents starts in English. And we're gonna go through all the controls, the features, and then we'll get into the functional changing to Fahrenheit. It's very easy, it's awesome, it's great, and let's keep going. Okay, to change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, after it's been plugged in for a while, you're going to hold down these 2 buttons at the same time. It's going to go to volts, 15 volts, and then you press set, and then you want to go to function 4, up to Fahrenheit, leave it sit there for a second. Now you're at 55 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the temperature inside. That's it. Everything else is explained in the manual. Thanks again for watching, and they're in stock now. Okay, we wanted to briefly go through the product features that are here in the manual, which we're reading from. And again, this was designed, this compressor and refrigerator designed specifically for the Model Y. The temperature can be set automatically. It's adapted for both 12 volt and 16 volt power supply. This means the newer Model Ys made in 23 and 22 have 16 volt lithium ion power supplies under the hood. So when it's in camp mode, not sentinel mode, you can also ensure continuous operation. It has intelligent protection. So it has a built-in low voltage protection function. If the voltage is lower than the value, the system will automatically power off. It has a high efficient refrigeration and long service life. It adopts the microprocessor with German technology for refrigeration, which is fast speed and effecting as international service life guarantee. Heat dispersion system, which is the ventilated system in the enclosed space of the trunk. It has the automatic built-in eco energy saving mode, which is all automatic, simple installation, upper and lower, and it doesn't occupy much space. Okay, now how much volume does the fridge have? How many cans and water bottles can we fit in it? So this is not a magic trick, this is legit. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now come take a look. That's 10 on the upper shelf. 10 up here. Let's keep going. 10 water bottles. Now we take out the removable shelf. We've got 11 water bottles, 12 water bottles. Now we're counting cans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's take a look up here real quick. We've got 8 cans. And we've got 10 water bottles. Large capacity, slim line, hiding, utilization of all the storage space. We think it's the #1 accessory for the Model Y owners. And again, when you don't want to use it, deep storage. When you don't want to use it, you just leave it in there. Turn it off. When you occasionally want to use it to keep something cold or frozen, turn it on. In stock and free installation. If you're in Rancho Santa Margarita or anywhere in Orange County, come on down, order it online. We'll schedule your 15-minute installation and we'll put it in for you for free. And that's only from RPM Tesla, exclusively in the United States and Canada. Okay. Okay, now we're doing a power consumption test number 2, measuring exact amounts of kilowatts the unit draws. So we're going over to our app, and when the unit is off, the car is sitting here using 0.3 kilowatts right now. And now we're going to go turn the fridge on. We're going to plug it in and get the fan going and measure the draw. So we only have 0.3 kilowatts being used, and then when the air conditioning is on, we're able to separate that. So with the compressor running and the cooling fan running, we are literally getting no difference in power draw from the batteries. So now we're going to unplug it to show that if anything changes. So right when I pull it out, even with the air conditioning on at 0.2, current draw on the battery pack is 0.6, 0.5, but here is the other category. And the other category is still at 0.3. Now I'm going to unplug it. It's off. So you can see that the draw does not change, even when the fan is running and the compressor and everything in the air conditioning unit. So we're going to continue doing more tests to determine actual usage on the road.